on the island of Newfoundland, upon the southwest coast, lies the little town of Burgeo, to whom I'll sing this toast. There are so many highlands that lie just off her shore, and when the cold north wind blows, you can hear the billows roar. The people from the village make their living from the sea. They like their independence, it shows that they are free. Some fish in their small boats in the wind, the rain and sleet, while others make their living on the offshore trawler fleet. They've known their share of tragedies down through the years, and when the memories overcome, they show their grief with tears. For they have lost some loved ones to the furies of the seas, for heartaches and heartbreaks are locked in memories. This village, it's got beauty carved on its rugged shore. 7 miles of pure white sand, who could ask for more? The mountains and the valleys, where the rivers run so fast, and the salmon rise to the sportsman's fly as he makes another cast. Tell the people of this village love their native home, for anyone who goes away, oh surely will return. Just like that lifelong mystery, the answer you won't know. What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul? What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul?
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have Annual Firemen's Ball, Visiting Ships, Shoreline Crawl, Town Council Report. Please stay tuned for these stories after this.
All I really needed to hear that day was what my dad told me. He said, "You're never a winner if you lose your temper."
Life's most important lessons are best learned with family. A message from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
The Burgeo Fire Department held its 34th Annual Firemen's Ball on Saturday night. Mr. Blaine Marks was the MC for the evening. A supper of cold plate and trifles was served by the Pathfinders. There were several guest speakers. Mr. Lloyd Rossiter, Mayor of Ramya.
We do this kind of thing, I believe this is only the second time that I've been here to a fireman's ball. I'm not really sure. The wife said it's been there twice before, but I don't think so. It's not that there's something against Burgeo. That's not the way it is. It just seems that we never, take the time or make the time to do something like this. And again, I've been thinking about it. Maybe that's some of the things that are wrong with our communities, is that we don't really take the time to do what we should be doing. We react rather than we're not being proactive. It happens an awful lot. But again, just listening to Glenn, I think you've had a very successful year. It's pretty obvious to see that you must have a good fire prevention program, since you don't get many call-outs for any serious fires or anything. So people are listening to your fire prevention message. That's a great thing. You need to keep it up. I want to thank you for the invitation to come and attend your Firemen's Ball, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the night. Take care and God bless.
MHA Calvin Parsons.
So you've had a successful year, as Mayor Rossiter said. I guess a successful year is when you don't have any major fires. Hopefully the pagers never go off, and that's a good sign, and you can limit your time to training yourselves, because this is one of the best run, best administered, best equipped, and certainly best trained fire departments in rural outside of they really have paid fire departments. So you fellows have obviously put a lot of time and effort into the works over the years. There's one application. I don't have any announcements to make tonight in terms of money, because there's only one application in the works. We're going through that now. We got the federal piece looked after this week. I do believe the gentleman was there. So we hope to put the provincial piece in place now once that piece falls together. Other than that, enjoy yourselves. Have a good evening. This is what it's all about. It's for you guys who put your time and effort into protecting your community.
And Mayor George Reed.
What can I say? I've said it time and time again. I've said it not only just here, because you usually gotta tell us the truth most of the time, and I would consider our firemen to be the best on the island. Absolutely. And that's, I can say that without blinking. They're a very, very dedicated bunch, and we should all give them, those who are not firemen, give them a hand for their contribution. Without their consideration, I got a feeling without they're okay, we wouldn't have any firemen. Usually that's how it happens. The women have to go along with it, and the Burnetts they've been there every time for the firemen. As your chief had said there, then said that the Burnett's been there every time that they've wanted them. I would just like to say, all you women, that it's nice to have you all there to help with this fireman's ball. Not an easy thing to put off. So thank you very much.
The evening proceeded with presentations. This year's Firefighter of the Year was Mr. Levi Rose.
To a Fireman Appreciation Award, to an individual that we feel that most deserving of this award. This year, the award for his, in my opinion, and I guess the majority of the members, for his outstanding dedication service to the fire department, is Levi Rose. Levi, I'd like you to come forward, please, and accept this honor.
Other presentations included one to the fire department from the Brunettes, and two from Mr. Drill McDowell, the sale of the FFAW Union Office, and for appreciation of a quick response to a chimney fire in December. The evening ended with a dance and music provided by Travis Dumford. Last Friday, 2 ships came in and docked along the ferry wharf. These ships were from France and carried 26 people each. The cruises on these ships is for educational purposes, where the passengers learn all the aspects of the life on the ship. They were only in Burgeo for a night, and their next port of call was St. Pierre and Miquelon, and then back to France. If anyone would like to view more information on these ships, you can go online to www.belespere.com. June Escott, Regional NEAT Coordinator, sent me some photos of a cleanup that had taken place around the Marine Service Center. The first one is of Blake McDowell and Tyson Cutler, who had done some cleanup as a part of their French project. Summer students Jonathan Green, Victoria Piercy, and Matthew Skinner, along with Doran Keeping, joined June Escott as they clean up around the Marine Service Center on June 7th as part of the Ocean Day efforts. June would like to thank Gilbert and Adam Melbourne for the use of their boat, to Dorm for his help, Albert, Perry, and Christopher for giving them a hand, also to the Arbor Authority for providing snacks, and the town of Burgeo for garbage pickup support. Mayor George Reed came by the studio and gave his town council report.
Good evening. We had a council meeting Wednesday night, and I'll give you a report from the council meeting. Well, I guess the first thing on the list is the water treatment plant. The bids were closed on June the 9th, I think it was. June the 10th. Closed on June the 10th. There was only one bid received. It was from Phase Environmental Canada Limited. And the bid came in at $3,357,999.99. Of course, you probably heard before that the approved construction budget for the project was $427,690. So therefore, the bid was $930,309.99 over the construction budget. Of course, so therefore, that bid has not been awarded. We've had to go back to the engineers went back to the bidder, and they're trying to see what they can cut or reduce from the water treatment plant in order to get it to come under reasonable budget. Of course, the beginning of this this bid was when they put in the construction budget of $2,427,690. That was back in 2006. The engineers told us that according to Stats Canada, construction costs have increased by 21.6% from 2006. So therefore, a part of this increase is due to, I guess you call it inflation. Nevertheless, that they went back to the contractor, and there was a number of things that they felt that they could take out of the new construction without jeopardizing the integrity of the water system itself. In other words, at the end of the day, the system will be not as good as they want, but water-wise and quality of water and so on and so forth, it would not have any effect on that. I suppose putting it another way is simply what they had proposed here for us to get a Cadillac system, and what they're proposing now is that some of the little quirks will be taken out of it. You wouldn't be getting all the whistles, the bells and whistles. Just to show you what I mean here is that right now that there's a flow meter up there, and they wanted to put in a brand new flow meter. One, of course, that they knew that probably would not have trouble with, because it would be brand new, but as far as the engineer is concerned, when push comes to shove, you can reuse the flow meter that's there. So they're recommending to reuse the flow meter that's there. Another thing, for example, and you heard me talk about before, that we put into the system to take away the old chlorine building that's there, and that old chlorine system that's there now. So what they've had to go back to do and say, well, we'll leave the chlorine house as it is, and not have the expense of putting it into the new building with all the, redesigning down there, more mechanical, and more controls and that. We'll leave it as it is for now. So that's two of the things to show you that that what they're talking about, readjusting what we need up there. Another thing, they were going to put in a lot of what they call web cameras throughout the building, so you could monitor it from the town hall, all different parts of the building. They suggest that we can live without the web cameras. So overall, then, that they've made changes, and these changes would reduce the budget, construction budget, by $342,842. So therefore, we are still short by $587,468. That's the additional funding that we're going to have to go back to government to try to get. So there's nothing easy about this. I thought it was a done deal when they said that they approved us to go to tender, but there's always crooks and turns that one doesn't realize with this stuff. So right now, then, the startup date, we don't know. Whether government is going to approve this right away, we don't know. Council has approved to go after the additional money. Now that additional money would be hopefully split the same way as before, with the federal, provincial, and the municipal government paying their part. Council's part would be approximately $100,000. So we're going after it, and hopefully can speed it through the system as fast as we can to get the contract awarded as fast as we can to get the job done this year. So that's where it lies right now, and I'll keep you informed, of course, when things change. Well, the next thing I have to talk about, of course, is the cleanup period. The 2 weeks of cleanup was absolutely probably the biggest success that we've had so far. You people participated really, really well. There is no doubt that you put extra effort in to get your land and your household cleaned up. Council collected 97 truckloads of garbage. They took up 27 vehicle wrecks, just old vehicles, and they took up 16 loader buckets full of heavy metals that they couldn't put aboard the truck. So all it was very, very successful. Of course, that goes without saying what you carried up yourself, because a lot of people took a lot of material up themselves. Just about every time the garbage was open, there was a line up with you taking it up to yourself. So it's beautiful. I think everyone have to agree that the town is probably one of the cleanest times it's ever been. I just hope that would be the baseline that you use now, and that it won't go below that, and that it would only improve from there. So it's very, very, very encouraging to see everyone cleaning up the property in that way. Excellent, absolutely excellent. So congratulations to everyone. We also were successful in getting the trucks to come down to take away the old vehicles. They crushed up all the vehicles that we had up there in the car dump, and they also took away all the other metals, the washers and dryers and tanks and that stuff that's there. And they even took a lot of the oil tanks, the ones that they could reach, and we're going to have to get the others brought forward so they can take them up next time around. But I think right now, having said that they cleaned it up, I think if you go up there now, there's still something like 16, 17 vehicles still there. That's the ones that they brought in since they left. So all in all, the 2 weeks turned out to be very, very successful. The manager, Mr. Blaine Marks and Clayton Mead, they attended a wastewater seminar in Stephenville the past week. I think the environment is getting more and more restrictive on what you put into an environment, even to the point now where they're looking at the wastewater that's coming out of your sinks. So where's that going to lead to? I guess it's going to be anybody's guess. We issued 3 permits this past month for repairs and extension of buildings and sheds. To date this year, that's 97 permits that have been issued this year for general repairs. We paid $7,237 worth of invoices. Council approved $500 this summer for beautification, and that means there's a committee. Committee struck now. The Heritage and Museum Committee is going to be looking after spending that $500 for beautification throughout town, and I think that simply means they're going to be probably putting some flowers around the town hall, and probably the museum and library area. So you know what they're going to be doing. Hopefully, it turns out to be beneficial to the look of the town. And at this time, I would also encourage anyone who would like to help to beautify that memorial site out there. We will, of course, continue to cut the grass once a week out there. Last year it looked very, very nice. But if some people want to put some flowers out there, you can buy, I think, these little hangers that you can screw on the post there and hang a basket of flowers. If anyone would like to do anything like that, you have the permission of council to do it, and I'm sure it would add to the to the beauty of that site. Council also approved money to update the website for those of people who are internet browsers. Of course, you've probably been on the website and you probably think that it should be updated. Well, hopefully now in the near future it will be updated. In the very near future, the tennis court is going to be, lines are going to be repainted on the tennis court. I got to say, from my observation, and you people have your own opinion on that, and you can tell me, how you see it. But I think that this playground that we have here in the center of Burgeo is probably the most used playground, probably on the whole island. I've been in a lot of towns on the island. I've seen their playgrounds. Sometimes I've seen 1 or 2 people in it, and it might be the time of the day or the time of the week that I'm there, but nevertheless, I don't see people using playgrounds in other towns like I do in Burgeo. This playground, from my vantage point up on the hill where I'm living to there, there's always someone down on that playground. And it's all ages. So it's a very, very used playground. And we're trying to keep it upgraded as much as possible. Particularly, you know, trying to, I think we're going to put in 3 garbage containers here now, or smaller ones rather than the big ones that's there. Hopefully we'll put in the 3 smaller ones with garbage bags so that it can be removed quickly and so on and so forth. We keep the grass cut once a week. And it would be nice, of course, if you know, for everyone who go there and use it to make sure to keep it clean and that. And I think I've asked the public before, particularly the young people, to keep the bikes off of the tennis court and the basketball court. Bikes shouldn't be taken in there. Please keep them on the outside. But I think anything that the town does to that court, I think, is a benefit to everyone that's living in Burgeo, and it's certainly encouraging to see the people using it the way that they do. If there's anything that you think that we should try to purchase, you know, for the playground, you know, let the town manager know, or write a letter to council. If you know, if you got a design of something that you've seen somewhere else that works well for younger kids and older kids for that matter, you know, that you would like to see on that playground, send a photo if you got one, and your suggestions, send it to council, and we'll certainly look at it. We dealt with 20 pieces of correspondence, of various correspondence. We met with, I think, I'm not sure what day it was, Monday or Tuesday. We met with representatives from government regarding garbage disposal. As you already know, I've mentioned it to you before, and you probably heard on the radio on that. As of December 31st, our teepee is supposed to be closed. All teepees on the island are supposed to be closed. There'll be no burning after that date, December 31st. So I guess what they're doing, they're going around checking to see how, you know, how council is going to manage. There is no decision been made yet in regards to what's going to happen in Burgeo. So I'll keep you informed on that, of course. Council is very, very concerned about that, because we don't want that TV to close without some alternative put in place to take care of it. And if they can come up with a solution to take all of our garbage and at the same time close down that TV, I mean, it's the best thing could ever happen. The burning of garbage up there, and all the smoke and all the toxins that's going in the air doesn't help anyone, doesn't help the environment, doesn't help the people who's in the path of that. And everyone's in the path of it, depending on which way the wind is blowing at various times. And there's a various amounts of stuff comes out of the hair and settles down on the ground. I know for just a case in point, for anyone that's got a boat up in Erin's Arm, for example, can vouch for that. It's just a matter of they put their boat off in the spring of the year, and when they take it up in the fall, all you got to do is take your hand and rub over the boat anywhere, and it's covered with sort of a soot, black stuff, and that's coming from the garbage dump, of course. What's in that suit and that, it's anybody's guess at this point, but let me tell you, there's nothing good in it. And as you realize, of course, a lot of that smoke goes up in the air, and Long Pond is in the path of some of that wind anyhow, some of that stuff that goes up over here. So it's not good. We certainly would like that TV to close. But on the other hand, we don't want to have a situation up there where you got rats and open garbage and cats, and then you got to bring in poison and put it into the environment in order to kill the rats and the other stuff that's up there. So, a solution has not been found at this point, and we got 6 months in order to come up with one. And of course, council will keep you informed what's going to happen there. Summer maintenance schedule has been done up by the town manager and Clayton Mead, and the council have added to it, of course, where we see things that need to be done. Of course, we're only a certain number of people. You the people of Burgeo see things. You know, if you think there's something that the council is responsible for or council could do, just a matter of phone call to the town manager or write a letter pointing out what you see and what you'd like to see done, that the council certainly could look into it. Not saying that everything's going to get done, but it could be put on the list and council could look into it to try to improve the situation. Of course, don't forget the water leaks. If you see any water running that looks like that it's a leak from the council pipes, and that make sure you report them. We've had a number reported through it the last couple of years, and it resulted in a lot of leaks being fixed that would not have been fixed if you had not reported them. So if you see one, if you think that it's a leak in council water system, please report it. You probably noticed those people who go up to school and pick up kids or walk in that area probably noticed that the white mark has been put on there to separate the vehicles from the pedestrians. So those people who drive these vehicles, please note, stay away from that walking area there. Stay to one side of it. I think it's when you're coming out of the school, from the school onto the main road. Of course, stay to your left and leave that area over there that's got the white line there for the walking people. Okay, the come home year is fast approaching. It's only another month away. There's a couple of things going on this year. One, there's a Burgeo hometown celebration is taking place on the 18th and 19th. It's at the Burgeo Rec Center. It's sponsored by or produced by the Burgeo Heritage and Museum Group. And in that celebration, we're going to have a lot of local talent. For example, Craig Young is going to be there, and as you know, Craig is a four-time winner of the CCMA award. We're also going to have his sister Rebecca Young, and probably his younger brother Henry Young might also be there if he can get his schedule to work into it. We're also going to have, of course, the Jail Border Band. You've heard of Jail before. A wonderful performer from Burgeo. She's going to be there with her band. It's going to be a treat for a lot of you. And there's another band called the Bob McDonald Band. Terry Riley is going to be there. Travis Dunford, you've heard him before, he's going to be there. Kelsey Grant is going to be there. Sarah Dunford. And I think they have a number of other people, the list is not complete yet, to fill these 2 nights of fun at the rec center. So, mark that on your calendar. Make sure that you participate. I'm sure you'll have a good time there. Besides that, the Sand Sea Festival is opening on the 20th to the 27th. They also have their brochure out now. Very colorful brochure. Looks nice. They have all their schedule on there and all their happenings for that week. So try to participate and certainly enjoy yourself. Good night and have a good summer.
This concludes our programming for tonight. Please stay tuned for the Wander Inn Jamboree of April 1987. Thank you for watching. Good night.